Milojevic, and here's how they honored him last night. The Warriors, they wore shirts that said Brate, which translates in Serbian to brother. They also had his initials on the court. Milojevic's family, his wife Natasha, his children Masa and Nikola were in attendance for the game. The Warriors, as you can see, they wore special jerseys with his name on the back, and Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, clearly emotional. And as Steph hits his first three here of the game, watch him here. Afterwards, he dedicates this basket to Dejan, which the team called Decky. And the Warriors, they really just got rolling from there, Richard.
Yes, no, this was a big, you talk about emotional win, but some of it is they had those 2 games that were canceled, spent 5 days really just being with your thoughts, not able to use basketball as an escape. But I think if this team cannot rally with this moment here, then yes, a lot of people have been saying their dynasty, their run might be over, but this is an opportunity for them to come together, and they were led by Jonathan Kuminga last night.
Jonathan Kuminga, I mean, he went crazy today.
He absolutely did, and you could just see the Warriors, they were playing with joy. I think, they all were looking for each other, and it just was true Warriors basketball. I mean, look, sharing the ball, Steph doing his thing, this is what we expect, and I think it was a truly special moment for them to honor their coach.
Kuminga, I mean, Steph is loving what he's seeing from him. Golden State gets the win, 134 to 112. The Warriors, they now have 7 games remaining in the 2 weeks before the trade deadline. All but one of those games is against a team within a half game of the play-in tournament. So, Richard, you touched on this. This might be the most important stretch of the season for the Golden State Warriors, just when you look at the fact that they're still 3 games under 500, 1 game out of the last play-in spot. Do you think, Chiney, that there is a world in which the Warriors can turn the season around right now?
I think they can definitely turn the season around. I do think that their expectations have changed. Like, I'm no longer thinking that this is the Warriors of 2 years ago that can make a run to the NBA Finals. I think they just need to figure out what is working and what is good and be able to beat the teams that they're expected to beat. What I saw yesterday was Steph being Steph, Klay making open shots, the ball moving around, them playing, just you could see, a weight off of them because they realized that they had been brought together through this tragic circumstance. And it just reminded you back of, like, this is them at their best. This is them at their finest. Now, unfortunately, their finest is different. The landscape of the West is completely different, way more competitive. They're going to have some big decisions to make, but they can win more than they had in the first half of the season, but they're not the team that we thought was, the champions 2 years ago.
Okay, look, my last year in college, Lute Olson's wife, she passed away. She passes away in the middle of the season. He has to take some time away. That was like our mom. But that was really our rallying cry for the rest of the season that took us to the Final Four. And we were kind of struggling because our coach wasn't around. This is a different situation, but it's still a family member. You have a family member that you break bread with every day, that has been working with players every day. Last year, we knew that there were some internal squabbles. We knew that there was some pettiness. There were some things going on. They tried to change that. So now this is a perspective moment for them, right? Nothing's guaranteed. These are a rare opportunity to have this group together. And if we want to maximize it, this is not about contracts anymore. This is not about who's playing, who's starting. This is about, hey, we have an opportunity here, and can we maximize that opportunity? So I stand by. If this can't be a rallying cry for this team to say, we still have enough. And the last thing I'll say is this. There's similar, in my opinion, in a very different way to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks are struggling because some of their role players are looking like they're older. They're looking a little bit slower. They don't look like they have that same burst. And I see the same thing with the Golden State Warriors. Their core group is a little bit older. They don't have that exact same burst. And that's what made them dominant, not just their three-point shooting. So they got to get some of that energy, some of that fire back. And these are moments that can help that.
I mean, the question is, right, can the Warriors turn this season around from being disappointing to real contenders? And the answer is no. I think they got a 3-game stretch at home, right, against Philly and I believe, the Lakers and the Sacramento Kings tonight. Like, this is the stretch that's going to identify to the front office with Mike Dunleavy and Joe Lacob of whether or not they should move in a different direction. And you just touched on how this team look old. I mean, the speed ladder is not going to help them out, right? Like, going to agility is not going to get them faster. Like, at the end of the day, the Milwaukee Bucks still got Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Milwaukee Bucks are 30-13. This team is struggling, and I feel like at the end of the day, last night was an emotional win, and rightfully so. But still, they still got a lot of ground to make up, and I just don't see them turning the corner to getting back into the contentions, being a contender.
If they're going to, it has to start right now. Another team that really can't afford to wait here is the Los Angeles Lakers. They're 9th. They host the Bulls tonight across the street. And here come the Chuckle Brothers. LeBron, he missed last game against the Clippers with an ankle injury. Listed as questionable tonight. And although they're playing the Bulls, our reporter covering the Lakers, Dave McMenamin, said that a Levine trade to LA, it would be unlikely. But speaking of trades, we're officially 2 weeks from the NBA trade deadline. So here are some of the players the Lakers could target in the next several weeks. This is all according to McMenamin. There are 3 categories here. We're going to start with the big swing for later. Remember, the Lakers, if they wait, they could have 3 picks to be dealing with over the summer. So those would be Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell. They could make a big swing now. DeJounte Murray. So smaller swings now. You could see Colin Sexton, Tyus Jones, Andre Drummond, Dorian Finney-Smith, Bruce Brown, Dennis Schroeder.
Look, Dave, I'm not questioning Dave's reporting there because those are opportunities. Cleveland ain't giving up Donovan Mitchell. Look,
but that's not about that. It's about if they're looking at whether or not Donovan Mitchell will walk away in the future, and Donovan says, I don't want to be here, and they say, we don't want to lose Donovan for nothing. That would be the situation.
I get that. But again, that would also imply that would be who Donovan Mitchell would say, I want, because he has to specifically say, I have to go to the Lakers. And so the only thing I'm saying is that some of those names on that list are very, very attainable. They would be great pickups. And when you look at, like, the draft picks, but it's just like, you got to understand, they're building around Trae Young. They're building around Donovan Mitchell. So, in my opinion.
No, they're not. The Hawks are not building around Trae Young. I don't feel like they're committed to Trae Young. And by the way, RJ, let's keep the main thing right now. We're looking at this and we're saying, what player can the Lakers trade for to turn their seasons around and put them in a championship contender? It's not one player that's going to change it, right? If you could get 2 players, like I feel like the Lakers have to get 2 players.
That would be nice.
I don't know if they could make it work, but if you could get a Colin Sexton and a Bruce Brown.
A Tyus Jones and a Bruce Brown. I like that.
Right, I'm saying I like that, right? Like now all of a sudden we're having a different conversation. But going all in with a big swing to get DeJounte Murray, that's not moving the needle for me, right?
I disagree.
Look, I was about to say, DeJounte Murray, 21 points, two-way type of guy, 5 and 5. Like,
I disagree.
That's what they're missing. That's what they're missing.
Okay, y'all disagree, but would y'all pick them to come out of the West if they traded for them?
Well, they would have to probably give up Austin Reeves if that would be the case. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, but this is a team that did not have that much, like, there would not be that much of a difference, and they made it to the Western Conference Finals. But then you're going to get a guy that can actually score off the ball, take the pressure off of LeBron James, bring the ball up too, like DeJounte Murray. He could definitely bolster. Like, I don't think it's realistic that it's going to happen.
Don't shy away from the answer. I mean,
no, but I'm saying DeJounte could really help them.
If DeJounte Murray, if they could get the DeJounte Murray,
you would pick them.
It said would they be in contention? I would say yes.
Yeah,
I would say like this from head of the snake. On the defensive end, from the floor spacing to the pick and roll pace to another all-star. There are all the things that they are looking for.
They'll beat the Clippers.
It's in contention, bro. They didn't say, are they going to be favored for a championship?
Would you, Kendrick Perkins, put Austin Reeves on the table? Because that's what we're talking about.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I would. And I don't
put him, his dog, his brother. I pack the U-Haul for. And I love Austin Reeves.
I love Austin Reeves as well.
We do.
But we have to really stop with this, like, why would you give up Austin Reeves and why? I would.
Bro.
I would. Like,
he's on a very team-friendly
team.
I understand team ain't winning stuff.
But you know who's not team-friendly? LeBron James. LeBron James is not team-friendly.
He's win-friendly. He's win-friendly. He's win-now-friendly.
Look, at the end of the day, and this is no knock on Austin Reeves, one of my favorite things, it was I think it was Cam Thomas, and he was like, and Mikal Bridges, they were like, Mikal Bridges was like, shoot, I would trade me for Kevin Durant also.
We know what's good.
We know what the deal is, and we all hoopers. We know if DeJounte Murray and his 21 points a game, all defensive all-star game is up, I'd trade me too.
I hate to disappoint you. For being around the Lakers, it does seem like, at least for right now, moves around the edges, maybe, again, adding a couple of players as opposed to making that one big swing.
I don't think the edges is enough.
I don't think the edges is enough to lay down. The edges are gone now. All right, let's lay some edges. Speaking of the Lakers,
they below 500.
they're going to be in San Francisco.
They don't need to tweak.
That is so petty.
They look a little unfazed, yeah? Giannis put up 35, 18, and 10 in their wire-to-wire win over the Cavs. And then after the game, Antetokounmpo, he spoke for the first time about their coaching change in Milwaukee. Take a listen.
I think he caught me by surprise. I've been here 11 years. This have happened one time before. I love the guy. I invited him to my wedding. I talked with him. I was coached by him, and we did very, very, very well. I gotta trust the front office. I gotta trust the ownership group that they can see the bigger picture. My job is to be the best version of myself, to lead this team out there and help win games. And their job is to, create the best team possible and the best atmosphere around the team possible.
Yeah, Giannis didn't know. Do you believe him?
No.
Oh, my God. I am so surprised. I did not see that coming. He got fired? What?
You sound like Siri.
This is really, wow. This is, I am shocked. Can't you tell by my facial emotions? No, all kidding aside, I think with this team, they might not have saw it coming. Were they struggling? But it's just like any team that might struggle. Any team that's struggling, they might be able to figure it out.
You can't keep a straight face.
You don't see this. You don't
keep a straight face.
You don't see top two teams fire a coach
without their star player knowing.
When was the last time we seen a coach get fired that had a 30-13?
2016,
Yeah,
something
David
around
Blatt.
there. David Blatt, my coach.
David Blatt. Okay, cool.
Did you know?
Did I know what? That he was getting fired?
Yeah, he knew.
Oh,
No, I did not. I promise you, from that meeting we had, that was like that was the third coach in 4 years.
Hold on, time out. All I know is this.
I was new there.
All I know is this. Adrian Griffin will still be there if Giannis Antetokounmpo wanted him there. Period. It ain't no ends, no
So,
ifs, ands, or buts.
At the end of the day, though, Adrian Griffin out, Doc Rivers is in. So who is facing the most pressure to make this work in Milwaukee? Because that's the reason there's a coaching change.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is Doc Rivers because Giannis, he said he's been there 11 years. And the reality is that in those 11 years, this is his sixth coach. They changed the dial on that pretty quickly. We all know Woj sat at this desk for the last 2 days and dropped some bombs. And what he said to close our show not too long ago was that this is Doc Rivers' last best chance to really coach at a high level. He's getting, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Dame Lillard, a really good team. And so as much as the players, we all know they can't make personnel tweaks, right? Like they just don't have the assets to make personnel